Today we're making a video on Columbia Premium Growth Fund. It has a nearly 8% dividend and it made $75,000 over the last 10 years on $10,000 invested. So that beats the S&P by almost twice. You can see on the Morningstar test, SPY made $40,000 on 10,000 invested, growth of 10,000, it made 40,000, whereas STK, Columbia Premium Growth Tech Fund, made 75,000 over 10 years on $10,000 invested. So I can't ignore these numbers. I have to buy some of this fund when I see this number. I've already owned this fund, by the way, and it did well for me. The reason why I don't own it currently is because the dividend is not high enough for me to have enough conviction in it to put enough money in it to where it matters. So I'm only going to add a small amount to it as a result today, only about $3,000, because as you can see, we're getting our dividends, which are about $100,000 per year. It shows here 93.6, but sometimes it's off by a month. If you add these up, it's about $8,000 a month currently, which comes out to $96,000 a year. So sometimes it'll show we're at 99. Sometimes I think that's a glitch, and sometimes it'll show we're at 93, and I think that's a glitch. I think the true number is 96 again. If you go in and add all these up, which you can do for yourself, by the way, if you ever wanted to, I could go through them very slowly. Just comment on the section below if you want me to do this for you. But we have this page, and then we have a second page of dividends, and they just keep going. And you add all these up, and they come out to about 8,000 a month. So we've had a nice pullback to 25. We're on this blue support line, which is the 100-day moving average, and that's significant. The RSI is near 40. It's setting up for every time the RSI is near 40, it corresponds with bottoms in the market. Usually, looks like here 99% of the time. So this looks like a good entry point for STK, and we owned it back in we owned it last year, and it was doing well for us. But now it's given us a gift of a pullback here, and we should take advantage of it. So we have 225,000 in margin on, I believe. We're gonna make 8K this month, but I have to pay 6K in expenses. So the margin's not going to budge much at all, and we're going to add to it here. So 225, 3,000. I know that my plan is to knock down margin, but the market recently pulled back, and I had to use that as an opportunity to load up on shares. Even though I don't like increasing my leverage, you have to be aggressive and take advantage of these opportunities when they're pretty much once in a lifetime opportunities. Look at how many bear markets we've had over the past 100 years. They're pretty rare, and usually up markets follow bear markets after 1 to 2 years. Go check the stats. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard by numerous people. STK, we're going to do about, I was going to do 3,000. Our margin's at 225. To be responsible, I think I'm just going to go with 1,500. We'll go with half of that, see what the market gives us, and if we get any further weakness in the market, I'll add more to the position. You have to nibble away at things when you're using margin. We already have enough exposure in the market. We have 200,000 in leverage, so that's enough exposure. And then STK is a growth fund, so you're going to get a lot of beta in that, and it's tech oriented. If you go to its website, you'll see that it's mainly comprised of tech names, semiconductors, software. So it has minimal. It's virtually all tech. Even the small amounts that it has here near the bottom, like media and electrical equipment, 2.7%. It's still tech, electronic equipment. So Top 10 holdings here, top quality funds, Lam Research, Apple, Broadcom, Visa. Visa's actually finance, but it's a fintech, so they're calling that tech a little bit, but so it has quality holdings, as you can see. No wonder it returned what it did over the last 10 years. So we put in $1,500 of an order for SDK. It'll execute tomorrow because the market's closed right now. So that's all we're going to do today. Thanks.